Good day everyone, John here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got something special for you. We've got the assembly of a DWX726 Dewalt miter saw stand. Now I've already had my miter saw here. This is a new Flexvolt miter saw. I've also got a plug-in type miter saw. This miter saw is absolutely phenomenal. And like many of you, you may not want to spend all the money up front to buy the saw and the stand at the same time, because you can simply put that on your tailgate of your truck, you can put it on your workbench and use it that way. However, if you're going to a job site and you want to be mobile, having one of these rolling miter saw stands is a good bet. The other thing about this stand is you can also use it with a planer. So you can mount the planer to this, or you can mount your DeWalt compound miter saw or a regular miter saw. So for the stand, we're going to assemble it right here live in front of you. I haven't opened it, as you see. You guys are going to get to see it as I get to see it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you would, do me a solid. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you liked about the video, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of. Also, make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and if you're not subscribed, ring the bell and you'll get the notifications. I appreciate what you guys are doing out there. You keep driving this channel up, keep coming back for more, share it with your friends, and in general, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Alright guys, so we're going to need a few tools for this. Got my DeWalt Tough system here. Going to need a knife so we can get in the box, pull this little tray out real quick, and we'll definitely need our impact driver, and we got a few hand tools here. We've got the little adapter so we can use the bits with this. But let's go ahead and lay the box down and get started. Lay this down. As you can see, this came via UPS. Hopefully there's no parts or pieces missing. And we're going to check it out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut these little plastic straps. We don't need those. And then we'll pop open our box. So there's that. Pop open our box here. And once again, DeWalt definitely did not design this for the guy who does not know how to put his IKEA furniture together. But you can learn. So keep tuning in and watching these videos. All right, so we've got a bunch of parts here. All right, so here's some wheels and brackets and pieces. We're just gonna start unboxing this and laying it out, because I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of parts with this one. There's a clip right here. You're gonna need some scissors or something. I got these snips. Pop those. Move this handle out of the way. So this one's got another clip on it. Hopefully these clips are not important. We're going to assume away that they aren't. Got some more connector pieces, and we may have to pause and read some instructions, what have you. Some more black pieces here. And then we've got our tray assembly right here. This tray assembly is something serious. So this is not lightweight. It looks like everything showed up. So we're going to move the box out of the way. Sorry for the squeaky styrofoam. So take and we'll get rid of this box. Get rid of these straps. And we'll clean all that stuff up later. If you're married, I don't recommend doing this in your kitchen, guys. So this is a pretty cool system. If you can see, it's got this cable system where once we get it together, I'm not going to do it right now, it should raise and lower and assist you so the saw does not collapse completely. And it's got a safety cable tie here. We're going to snip that off towards the end. So once again, get rid of the plastic. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. It looks like everything only fits one direction. All right, with that being down towards the ground, my assumption is that this part here goes like so. Okay guys, so we found the instruction booklet. We pulled everything out of the box. These handles here have a taper and threaded piece to them. So we're going to slide that in because we know that's going to go right there. All right, we've got some bolts and hardware here. Got some more little bolts and hardware. About to the garage here in a little bit, get an Allen key that fits these. So we can put this together. We're going to set the rest of this part together. So pull that out of the plastic and throw that away. And I guarantee you it goes this direction right here. So we'll actually pick up the whole frame carefully, slide it down, and put that over the end. So there should be 4 of these bolts. We'll put those together. We're gonna slide in our legs here. This one goes face down, legs down. This one goes legs up. They're pre-threaded, so all we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bolt here. We're gonna start it in. It's got this little shaped washer on there. Get that hand started. You don't want to cross thread anything because you got one shot to get it right. If you cross thread it, then you're going to be in trouble because these are pre-tapped. You'd likely have to re-tap them, and DeWalt's not going to probably send you replacements if you strip these because you failed to do this the right way. Alright guys, so all we're going to do is we're going to take a adapter here. I've got an adapter, and then this is a Pittsburgh 5mm Allen key. We're just going to give it some love, tighten them down evenly. You don't want to go full tilt. You just want to give it a little bit of love. You do this by hand if you wanted. I'm not going to over tighten anything. So you just got to know your drill, know your tools, don't overdo it. All right. So that's that. That was pretty easy. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to slap the wheels on. So we're going to slide the tray down a little bit, keep it on the blanket. We're going to grab our wheel out. It's got these 2 axle nuts here. We're going to open those up. So you got the bolt, you got a washer, you got a bushing. This is a plastic bushing to go inside your wheel. And then you got another washer for the outside. And then you've got a nylon lock nut on the outside. All you've got to do is take your washer and your nut off, put your bolt through your wheel with the sleeve coming through. And you come over here, put that through, put your washer on and your nut on. I'll show you on the other side here. So that's how it goes in. Just take the whole assembly, slide it in, put your washer on, put your lock nut on, and then we got to find a wrench. So for this, we're going to use our nice little gear wrenches. I believe this is a 1/2 inch, which also correlates. It's either 3/4, and this one is 3/4 or 19mm. This is my nice new Harbor Freight Icon series wrench, professional mechanics wrench. I use 18mm. I mean, it's longer than my forearm. That is a nice wrench. So you could hurt yourself or hurt somebody with that if you weren't careful. And so you'll need that. So the other end, you can put a 18 on one end, use your 19 on the lock nut. So go ahead and put the other wheel on, and we'll tighten them down. Slide your assembly through, slide your wheel through, put your lock nut on, put it on hand tight. Your 18 will go on the outside, 19 will go on the inside. And see, the great thing about these wrenches are, say you would need to untighten it, all you would do, flip it back the other way, and then you can untighten it. I love gear wrenches, guys. And so all you want to do is snug it down. It doesn't have to be super tight. You just don't want it to get wobbly, and your wheel still freely spins. So that's a good thing. Coming around the other side, tying it down. And you could crush that metal if you weren't careful. So that wheel spins freely, that wheel spins freely. And I think we're in good order. All right. So next thing we've got to do is we've got to put our handle on. So we do our wheel, our handle goes right here. So the handle assembly comes in the package right here. Okay, your handle has a larger screw head in it, and then in the bottom here, there's a smaller screw head. So take your handle on here. We're just going to loosely thread in these. So on the outside we're going to take and we're going to put our small machine screw in. So leave a comment below. Tell me if you call them Allen head or if you call them hex head. There's different names for them. I've always called them Allen keys. I'm sure some guy named Allen invented the 6-sided hex key, different sizes. And so all we're going to do here is we're just going to take and give it a little love tap. You guys probably can't see that, but just snug it down. And that bolt is small, so you don't want to strip it. And then for this one, we'll probably need an actual hex key. So for this one, we're going to take, and we've got a 5mm bit and a 1/4" drive gear wrench. Not to be confused with my other wrench I was using earlier. So we're going to put the gear wrench on and we're just going to tighten this down. So that just is another option instead of using a Allen key, is if you get the bit and you use a 1/4" drive wrench to tighten it down. Alright, and then we're going to double check these, make sure they're all good just by finishing them off hand tight. That one's definitely good. That one needed a little more love. And you don't want to overdo it. If it starts feeling like it's going to get softer, that means you're about to strip it. That means you're going to pull the threads out. That one's good. Alright guys, so that's that part. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. Alright, so we got that set up on the table now. So it's nice and flat. How this works is it's got these little tabs here which retract it out. So that one goes in this side here. The other one feeds into the other side as such. And the way these tabs work is when you pull this out, it locks in the arm. When you pull the arms in, you tighten those down and it locks everything into place. Everything's got these same little connectors here, so we'll just take and back everything off. And so we'll have to adjust those to fit our saw in. And these we'll have to adjust some, so just bump these out ever so slightly. So if you're looking for a great Christmas idea, or if you were just getting into tools, I tell everybody, a Dewalt impact driver 20 volt is the way to go. If you have all these other tools, or you have zero tools, or you're a homeowner, I recommend this for a simple fact. I mean, the versatility. Here I'm using a bit adapter, so you can use this with sockets like a mini impact driver, which is these. All the 1/4" bits fit in here. You can get drill bits, so you don't even need a drill. You can actually drill holes with these. So they're great little tools. All right, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to get ready to put our saw in. There we go. That's nice. We don't want it hanging way over either. So we got the back side locked in, front side locked in. Let's look at the profile of how it's being wheeled around. I think it looks pretty good right there. So let's double check our measurements one more time. We got 1 3/4 front, 1 3/4. And so we're going to move the saw down just a smidgen. Get it out of the way while we tighten down this front one, because we can get to the back side just fine. That's not going anywhere. And then we're going to set our saw back into place. Okay. Try to get it centered, top to bottom. Once we get all 4 bolts loosely in, then we'll crank everything down. All right, all we're going to do now is we're just going to snug everything down. Get it snug, and then we'll take it tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. Business now. Last thing we've got to do is put our guides on here. Now these aren't rollers, they're just adjusters so you can raise and lower your material. Ideally you would probably want this, I mean you could go all the way back if you're doing a long 2x4, but for the most part these will work as is where they're at. And then you need these quick connect pieces here. Put these in, they just thread in, and all they do is they hold the bars in place. And now, a lot of people get mad about this, but when you extend these out further, your bars will dip some. So once you come all the way out, and that thing locks into place, you're gonna see your table drop. So you gotta make sure that you tighten these up into place. So you lift your bar up and tighten that down, and then we're going to do a test fit. So we'll take real quickly, while I got you guys here, and show you guys how you can set this up using a level. So there's one bar on that side, and these bars are adjustable. That one's actually fixed. This one's got a little metal stop here. And what the stop does, it allows you to stop the end of your material whenever you cut. So you slide your material down to the edge, and that's the stop. Depending on whether you prefer left or right cutting is how you want to do it. I'm actually going to swap these out real quick, and we'll put this one on the other side. The thumb I typically use when I'm doing this is I'll probably go about 1/4 inch in height. So if it's a little bit higher than the table, that's okay when you first initially set it up. Now if you're cutting close to the table, you're going to want it down. So you can bring it up and then allow for a little bit of a drop. So you just bring it up a little bit more, and that'll get you in the general area you want to be at. Once we put our stop in down here, this one's all extended all the way out. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we've got good contact with the bed of the saw. So this one we already locked in, and see there's a little bit of play in there, and some folks don't like that. So all we're going to do, we're going to bring it down where the level is on the table. And you want to put a little bit of pressure on there because your board's going to have some weight to it. So we're just going to eyeball it, get it to where it's flush, and we're going to check it up here. And it's pretty good right there. You get a good heavy board on there, it's going to sit right now. This level doesn't really weigh anything. But you get a 2x4 or 2x6 out there at length, it's really going to push those down. So these little carry handles help stabilize it. This helps stabilize it. Now if you were wanting to cut a board, you know, and have a stop, you pull this stop up, and then say this is your board. You put it at the stop. Every time you cut, you'll be at the exact distance you want to be at. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed today's video as we put together the Dewalt DWX726 compound miter saw stand. We attached our Dewalt DWX726 Flexvolt compound miter saw. This is a great saw. You can go out into the woods, you can cut whatever you want, 2x4s, 4x4s, build that hunting cabin, bring it back to the house. As long as you got fresh batteries, you can take this thing anywhere. Awesome saw, and I love it. And I bought the saw at Home Depot. It was on a special sale. Home Depot's the only one of the big box stores that I know of that actually sell this Flexvolt series, and some of them in quantities enough where they can offer them on sale. As far as the stand itself, I've got the stand off Amazon. It was a great price, and so combined, it's an expensive package, but I saved a little bit of money here or there. For some of you, it may be cheaper, or you might find a better deal on the combination. But either way, you can take this combination anywhere you want. And I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll see this saw in action in other videos in the future. But I truly want to say thanks for watching. If you like today's channel, do me a solid. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe button. And ring the bell. That way you guys get notifications every time I post a new video. Once again, this channel is all about tractors, trucks, construction, DIY projects, and a little bit of everything. You guys get to see me build my dreams. The true purpose of this channel is to motivate you to get out there and start building your dreams.